Hello everyone, Joshua Myers here, and today I'm going to be discussing my thoughts on the Halloween Kills official trailer. So let's get right into this.
Hello, I want to play a game.
Groovy.
Be my victim.
The old cynicism is gone.
So yeah, I know I'm late talking about my thoughts on this trailer, but I'm like, at least being late is better than, well, never. Because the trailer's been out for a month now. I recently rewatched the trailer. I've watched it several times since it came out, like quite a few times, probably like the rest of you. But I recently rewatched it so I could get my proper thoughts on this trailer. And kind of what I think is going to be the case for the movie. Now let's kind of discuss what has been showcased, the plot of this movie. So basically it takes place immediately right after the events of Halloween 2018. And Michael Myers was assumed burned alive in Laurie Strode's fortress house. Laurie's transferred to a hospital, but somehow Michael survived the fire, and Michael continues his killing spree. And now the town knows about that fully, that Myers has 100% returned, and they want to get their town back. So they all band together to fight off Michael Myers and hopefully, once and for all, kill the evil that is the Shape. And that's basically what seems like is the plot of this movie and what they're going for. And it's a pretty simple plot, if I do say so. A little bit more complicated than the last film because you're involving the whole town of Haddonfield and that. And honestly, for me, my thoughts on the trailer itself, whether or not it showcases how the movie will be presented in that, it's totally up in the air because we could go into the movie and it may not be as good as the trailer, or it may be better than the trailer. I don't know. But I do have some thoughts on this trailer in specific, so let's get right into them. My thoughts are, they're kind of mixed. On the one hand, I do love some certain elements of the trailer in that, like for example, I love the remix they did of the Halloween theme where it just seems like it's through stringed instruments and that. Pretty good. But I love the trailer, like the music they use in this trailer. There are actually some really good shots in this trailer, which judging from it, it's probably going to be in the movie. It's some really good shots. Also, I believe, in my personal opinion, the cinematography so far, from what I've seen in Halloween Kills, is a lot better than cinematography in Halloween 2018. Because it's more so kind of what I was hoping Halloween 2018 would be in regards to cinematography, kind of going back to the route of the original Halloween and that. And for certain shots, especially using the blue light filter, I mean, it's kind of like expected that you don't want to use the blue light filter just for every shot. It's only for shots that make sense, like if there's a moon out or, you know, it's nighttime and everything like that. And then for certain stuff, maybe use like kind of that ember color for street lights and that. That makes more sense. But I would tone down the ember color that they had in Halloween 2018 personally, and it seems like that's what they're doing. I really like that. I like the cinematography a lot better so far in Halloween Kills than Halloween 2018. So far, from what it seems like through the trailer, everybody's giving a strong performance. Actually. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis is giving a strong performance. It seems like Andy Matichek's character Allison is going to have a much bigger role in this movie than she did in the last one. I mean, she had a decent-sized role in the last one, being the granddaughter of Laurie Strode and all, but it seems like she's going to take more initiative in that and trying to hunt down Michael and that. She seems to be going along with her ex-boyfriend Cameron, which it's kind of interesting to see him back as you never saw whether he died or survived. There is a deleted scene in Halloween 2018 that shows that he might show why he's missing throughout the rest of the movie. I kind of wish they put that scene in there, but regardless, so she's going with Cameron, and also it seems like Cameron's father, I believe, is Lonnie, you know, from the original Halloween, the kid that was bullying Tommy Doyle, and also the kid that went up to Myers' house and was just like, hey, Lonnie, He seems to be like the Myers expert and everything in this movie. Because he's like, if you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
If you track Michael's victims, that's a straight line to Michael's childhood home.
Which it seems like we're going to get the original, see the original Myers house in this. It probably won't be the actual original Myers house, because the original Myers house was moved from its original location, and is now a chiropractor's office. So more than likely will be a set or something like that, or they would just find a house that's very similar to the original Myers house. In fact, I found a house that was similar to the original Myers house around here. I may try to see if I can get permission to film it for a future Halloween fan film. And see, again, it seems like the town is pissed off at Myers and that they're going to band together. It's almost like a big mob going after Michael and trying to see if they can't kill him and put an end to his evil, and kind of put an end to this. I guess you could say it's almost like a curse on this town, really. And the citizens are just fed up with it. They don't want to deal with it.
What do?
We fight. Let's hunt him down.
And I like the directions that it seems like Halloween Kills is going in. I do. I personally like the directions it seems it's going in. I like the idea of like the town finally banding together to take down Myers and that. You know, it's not just a few characters we know, and that it's the whole damn town of Haddonfield. They're sick and tired of this shit, and they want to end it. And have their town finally be free of this curse that is the Shape. Yeah, I like that idea, and I like the fact that it's pulling the Halloween 2 route where it takes place the exact same night that the previous film ended off on. So, for some continuity and stuff like that. So, I really do like that. That was one of the few things I liked about Halloween 2. Like the original Halloween 2. And they're doing that here. They're also, too, James Jude Courtney still gives off a good performance as Myers in this trailer and probably in the film. Although I do have some issues with that, which we'll talk about in my mixed thoughts, because that's really something I'm rather mixed on, and I got some other things I'm rather mixed on about what I'm seeing in the trailer, and I have some negatives. So let's move on to the rest of that. Now, one of the things I'm rather mixed on, like I just said previously with the trailer, is from what I'm seeing so far in Halloween Kills of James Jude Courtney's performance as the Shape. And honestly, for me, I don't know. In my personal opinion, I feel like he's become too much like Jason Voorhees in this from Friday the 13th. You know? And we've already had this problem with Michael Myers in the past, but it's like, they just can't seem to know how to distance Myers from Jason, because the way he is brutal in this trailer, and he's probably even more brutal in the film. But to me, that's not what Myers is. Myers is kind of, swift killings and that. He likes to toy with his victims and that, not just go straight for a kill. Maybe in some situations, yes. Like I could understand that he just got out of the house, he's pissed and that. And he takes out all the firemen that showed up, like firemen and women, I get that. I still get that. But maybe that should have been about where it stopped. And in the rest of the film, because he's pissed off, he's more a bit maniacal in how he toys with his victims and that. And it's like tension rising with that. It's like, that's at least what I would have done. If you wanted to showcase that Myers is more pissed off. So, without going the Jason Voorhees route, and still keeping the essence of the character from the original film, especially since these are meant to be the official definitive sequels to that original 1978 John Carpenter classic. Oh, another thing I'm mixed on is the mask, like the new mask for Myers, and that is Now, while I do think the masks look cool, because it's basically the Halloween 2018 mask, and I actually did like that mask. It's probably one of the better masks in the franchises, like in this whole franchise. Probably tied with the original 1978 mask. But my thing is that, in my personal opinion, I don't think it looks burned enough, in my opinion. Because if you look back at the 2018 film and the ending and just how huge the fire was in that, and if you know anything about latex masks, it would be so much more burnt than that, actually. Because it just only seemed to singe a side of his face and a bit of his hair, and that's about it. And I was kind of expecting more from that. I was almost expecting it to be like really burned, almost misshapen, and that all the hair is completely gone. Because hair wouldn't survive that, or if there is hair, it's like very tiny bits of hair, like straggles. And I was also expecting that because of how latex work, and this would actually be creepier in my personal opinion, and makes sense with what kind of evil Myers is in that. Because his face basically throughout this whole franchise has been that mask, that he wears. It's basically his face, the face of evil. And what would be creepier than if, because of the fact that latex, how it would liquefy like that under, intense fire like that and heat, that it would almost like permanently melt onto Myers' human face. And then that would show that kind of more of that, he's more evil than that. Like that. That'd be more like that, because literally at that point, Myers' mask will become his actual face, because it'd be permanently melted onto his face, and he wouldn't be able to take it off, or anybody else for a matter of fact. That to me is actually more creepy than what they're going with in Halloween Kills, and I wish they did that. But unfortunately they did not. But I still think the mask looks cool. I just think it would have been cooler and creepier if they did the way I thought they were going to. Tell me in the comments down below if you think that would have been a creepier idea and actually would have looked cooler. Now here's where my negatives kind of start with this trailer. And honestly, my negatives are, they show way too damn much in this trailer. Like, I basically watched the entire movie. Like, no joke. They show so much death in this movie, like from this trailer, where and certain key plot points in that where I feel like they should have saved all that for the movie. Like, for example, they show how Myers survived the fire. I think that should have been saved for the movie. Plus, it would have been cool to see that kind of reveal of Myers coming out through the fire and the flames like that. That would have been awesome to see in the theater instead of in a trailer. And also seeing him take out all the firefighters and that, that would have been much cooler to see in the theater, watching the entire movie, than in the trailer. Also, too, there are certain plot points and stuff like that, like the fact that we are going back to the original Myers house, and that, that should have been saved for the movie, and that there's just certain stuff that should have been saved for the movie. Also, we see even more deaths than what we saw with the firefighters, and that we see certain characters die in that, and even in my opinion, very important characters. Like, there's the scene at the end where Allison and Cameron are in the Myers house, and they're trying to fight off Michael and that. And it seems like in the trailer, at least what it seems like, that Myers killed Allison. And she's a big character in these new films, and it's like, so for me, it's like, okay, so because for all I know, they may pull a thing when kind of do a fast one and he doesn't really kill her, or she finds a way out of it, or something like that. I don't know. But if it's the fact that she dies right at that scene in the trailer and that, I really think they should have saved that for the movie. Like, that, all the stuff.
Do it! Do it!
there's other characters that show their die, like Marion Chambers, who was a smoking nurse from the original, and she's coming back, played by the original actress. She seems to be getting attacked by Michael, along with Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace. So she's back portraying that character, which is cool.
Run! Go home now!
But then you later see like 3 dead bodies with the Silver Shamrock mask from Halloween 3. Silver Shamrock. And one of them wearing the witch mask and that, hanging up and that. And if you look carefully, it has, like, that person has very similar clothes to Marion Chambers from the scene where she gets attacked by Myers. So that does indicate that she's dead. Like, Myers killed her off, you know? Again, should have saved that for the movie. Again, they could pull Fast 1, I don't know. I kind of doubt it though. But yeah, that's just one of the issues I have with this trailer. They show way too damn much, and honestly, I feel like I basically watched the entire movie. So at this point, it's like, why do I need to pay that much money to go see it when I can watch it for the most part for free on YouTube? And that's a problem I've always had with movie trailers. They seem to spoil a lot of their movies in that. Like, in fact, I've actually, like, took some of these trailers that do that and cut them down in that and basically not give anything away. I re-edit them to where it does that. I did that with the Black Christmas 2019 trailer, which that one was really bad with spoiling away its movie. Basically spoiled like 95% of the film. So it just seems like there's no real, like, interest in being surprised anymore by movies. And whenever somebody says, like, oh, like, they go see a movie and they said it was very predictable and that, maybe that's because the trailers show way too damn much. And therefore, by the time you're watching the film, it's basically like you're just watching the film all over again. So yeah, it's like, just Hollywood, please stop that now. Stop it. Stop it. Like, seriously. I've had enough of that. Stop putting big spoilers in your damn trailers. You want to see how you do it right? Go check out my main channel and see the trailers that I re-edited for you. Like, yeah, that frustrates me, so that's a big negative. But to conclude, like, did this excite me enough to go see Halloween Kills, or did it turn me off from seeing Halloween Kills? Or is it one of those things I'm just going to see Halloween Kills anyway? And honestly, it's probably going to be one of those things where I just see Halloween Kills anyway. Whether it be in the theater or on DVD when it comes out. Because I'm a fan of this series. I love the Halloween movies. You know, more so the original. That's my favorite. But, yeah, I just love the character, Michael Myers, and that. And I want to see what they do with, Halloween Kills. I really do. And I hope they prove me wrong. You know, because I did went into Spiral thinking it was going to be complete garbage, and that just based on its trailers and that, and the fact that it did show quite a bit. It did. They showed the final trap with Samuel L. Jackson and stuff like that, and, you know, Chris Rock screaming no at the camera, which is the very last shot of the movie. But even with that, I still rather enjoyed Spiral, so hopefully that'll be the case with Halloween Kills, where the trailers aren't really that good in that, and I'm kind of like really skeptical or think it's going to blow, and then I come in like just with very low expectations, and I go into Halloween Kills, and I end up really liking it and enjoying the movie. I hope that's the case, because I don't want to have to review another bad Halloween movie. So there you have it, folks. Those were my thoughts on the official Halloween Kills trailer. Tell me in the comments what you guys thought of the trailer down below. Do you agree with me about that, or do you disagree with me? Whatever your thoughts are regarding the trailer, please tell me below. And be nice in the comments, you know, be respectful of each other's opinions and that. Because, you know, film is subjective, you know? And, you know, opinions are subjective. Doesn't make you right, doesn't make you wrong either. You know, it's just your thoughts, so, you know, and nothing can take that away from you. So just be friendly in the comments section, and thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.